Miguel Almirón has been heavily linked away from Newcastle United. I was going to say this summer, but really over the last few transfer windows, lots of links to Saudi Arabian clubs. But as of last night, reports are that Newcastle have struck up negotiations with an MLS club, Charlotte FC, for the Newcastle right winger, with a reported bid made of around $8.5 million, or at least that's what's thought to be the fee in discussion. Could Almiron be leaving Newcastle this summer window? We will talk about it in this video, as well as a little bit on Gehi, a little bit on Maduaki, and a very good morning to you. Cheers, the cup of tea is out. Getting this one done on this lovely sunny morning before heading off to work. And I have put this shirt on for a reason, as it is also Newcastle away day kit launch. That's right, very much looking forward to seeing the new kits and all the photos, and no doubt plenty of people queuing in down there this morning. So very excited to see some of the shots and videos of that. Strangely enough, literally just moments ago, Newcastle posted a video as like the kind of promotional video for the new away kit, as they did with the home kit, and it's another banger. Really, it's you go watch it yourself. It's effectively based on a train kind of driving along to an away day. It's got Solano playing his trumpet. It's got Ginola wearing it, and sometimes when I look at it, I think it's just the brown ale's just that little bit different. But I have to say, I do like the stripes on the sleeves, and I do actually love that they've put a white collar on it as well. It would have been even better if they put the grandad on it. But yes, loving the new away kit, loving the third kit as well. And with not long ago, the season starts in just 4 days. 4 days until Newcastle take on Southampton at St James's Park. I will be there. I am looking forward to it, and hopefully, I was going to say, regardless of what movement happens in the next 4 days, Newcastle should hopefully be picking up a big win. But that's not to say that Newcastle are waiting around. It seems that Newcastle have got a bit of a rocket up the backside, as things seem to be starting to propel that little bit further. As I've mentioned already, understood that the third bid is in for Gehi right now, and Newcastle are waiting for an update. It's thought that Palace are still yet to accept or reject it, so whatever fee Newcastle put forward seems to be something that's tickled Palace's fancy, and strange line of wording there, and are deciding on what they want to do. And as of last night, loads of reports coming out from pretty much everyone, Sky Sports, you name it, that Newcastle are in discussions over Miguel Almirón. Now, different reactions online to this one. I think there was a kind of initial reaction of get in, we're selling Almirón, and then there was also like another follow-up reaction of you shouldn't celebrate a player leaving. He's done good for us, and he did score the goal for us in the Champions League. He did have that fantastic run of form when we made it into fourth or top four, third, and got Champions League. But that was a long time ago, So I appreciate that Almiron did well for us in moments. But generally speaking, I think it's right that we take that next step forward. And I think Murphy, really, of the two, was the one who's shown that he can at least, wear that smile and puts the ball in the back of the net more often than Almiron does. I think he's probably scored more goals pre-season than Mickey did all last season. So yes, the reports are that Newcastle are in talks. Funnily enough, Paul Mitchell. I've done that twice in videos now. The right Mitchell brother, Paul Mitchell, is I'm just going to leave it in. That's so bad. Sorry, Paul. Paul Mitchell is down at Palace. God, is down in London. It's understood that he's down in London having conversations with Crystal Palace over Gehi. It's also reported that Charlotte FC, the MLS team, representatives are also in London. So it sounds like Paul Mitchell's just making his way through the rooms and just chatting with whoever he can. Now it's thought that the MLS team are happy to put a bid in for around 8.5 million for Almiron, which I don't think it's enough personally. I think we should be getting more than that. That's the trouble we're gonna have, if I'm perfectly honest, is because if it was a Saudi Arabian club, I think we'd probably go on and sell him for 20-25 million, and that would be a good fee. Bearing in mind, I think Almiron's actual price net, like how much is Almiron actually worth? I don't think it's huge, and unless it is a Saudi Arabian country who are willing to maybe pay that a little bit more, I think it's how much. I think in fairness, I think even to a Premier League club, I think you would still hope for 20 million. This MLS team, Charlotte FC, they recently. Although they've been buying up a few players, they recently just bought a Celtic player for I think about 6 or 7 million, and that was their record transfer. So buying even at 8.5 million would be a record fee for Charlotte FC, and this comes with more problems. It's also and strangely enough, it was actually. One of the posts on Twitter about this actually pointed out the fact that the MLS deadline is tomorrow. That's right. So if Newcastle did want to sell Almiron to Charlotte FC, would have to do it by tomorrow, or they would be cut out of the move. There's a few different ways I see this. I think the positive is that we're in a conversation. I wonder if, bearing in mind as well with the world of FFP in like 3 to 5 years. So if we sold Almiron, let's say we got them up to 10. That would actually be, over that 5 years. Technically, that's 50 million. Obviously, because you kind of do it in your installments, or if you think of it over a 3-year period, it's like 30 million. It's like when we sold Maxi for 30, and then we could spend 150 because it's like that rolling program. So even if we undersold Miggy, it would still give us the money now to add on to whatever we've got left after the Gahey deal, to stick it on to Miggy, and then try and go and buy that right winger. So even selling him at a slightly under value would still be a positive for Newcastle. And that's the thing is, and the other positive as well is that the conversation started. The trouble is, I don't think Miggy wants to go to Saudi Arabia, so you're kind of looking around at other options. I think he's open to a move back to the MLS. Now, is the possibility that Charlotte FC have come in at a low offer? Is there? If we're like, as I say, all of the reporters, all of a sudden, I wonder who at Newcastle went, guys, by the way, we're in talks to sell Miggy, and they go, right, like, let's get everyone in, let's get all the MLS clubs, you've got a day, 24-hour sale, who wants to pay the most for Miggy, So I wonder if it's possible that because we've kind of opened it up and made it bright lights, that somebody else may come in and look at him. But yeah, for me, I think it's about time for Miggy to go. I think he's done his job here, and I generally think that we've been talking about it all summer, bringing in that right winger, and as Eddie Howe has said, it's not to say that we're not going to sell players as well. So, your thoughts on the Miguel Almirón links? Can we sell him in the next 24 hours to an MLS club? Is that possible? I don't want to, say anything bad, because I think Miggy's done a really good job, but for me, I just think it's time for him to go, and I think the money that Newcastle could use to bring a right winger would be in good. Madueke is the player that's being linked to Newcastle. On what kind of deal, shape or form, we'll have to wait and hear, but his name is getting pushed more and more. It'll be interesting to see that if Newcastle were able to sell Miggy, did have money left from Gahey, if the likes of a Trippier ended up going, if that money could instead be moulded into a permanent deal rather than just trying to grab somebody on a loan. But we will wait and see. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the new away shirt coming out today. Let me know your thoughts on the idea of Miggy leaving. Can he go? I just think the next 24 hours, that's just tough. I mean, I'm hoping I'm back on later on today. So if you're not subscribed, be sure to do so. Who knows? Maybe by 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, I'll be back on talking about the fact that either Miggy's gone or hopefully that the Gahey deal is done. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your day, and I'll catch you later.